I am alive. You can keep playing.
All right, we are up.
Yes, son.
Let me fix this real quick.
Oh, this stinks. I don't think I'm going to be able to read the comments because I'm using my son's iPad and we don't have YouTube on it.
Well, that means, let me see. I'll make sure I got my stuff pulled up where I can see it. Sean, what is going on? Frank, what is going on? Tyler is in the building.
They're good. I got it.
Garland, Nova, Pete, what is going on, everybody?
What's up, guys?
Hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday, man.
Frank is a new father as of 2-3 days ago, my man.
Oh, congratulations, Frank. You have a boy or
girl? Frank, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I think it was a baby girl, I think.
Excellent. Brew Geek, what is going on?
Hey, Garland, how you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Kenny in the building. Luis, what's going on?
There we go. Pop out chat.
Had a baby girl.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
I mean, I don't know about that. I was very happy to have a baby boy. So,
well,
no offense.
I want a girl now. So son's out the way. So I think my wife's my wife wants another boy. I'm just like hanging out in Grand Isles, Louisiana. Doug, what is going on?
Hey, Frank, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the Discord group and let Campos know I'm live? Because I don't want to get yelled at after this again.
Oh, did he yell at you because he wasn't in a live stream one time?
Yeah, Campos gets upset if I don't tell him when we're going live.
That's a good thing to have. It could be the total opposite. People cannot give a shit that you're going live.
Well, I think there are some of those, but you know.
Well, we got those in every group. It is very unfortunate everybody isn't as happy for you as some people are, but it's all good.
Oh, it is what it is.
Jose, what's going on, man?
Some of it's earned, you know what I mean? Some of it's not, though.
Yeah, that's very true. Let me see how many people we got in here right now.
15.
Okay, we'll let a few more hop in and we'll start chatting and let everybody know what's going on today. Sorry I haven't been live as much, man. I just, like I told you guys, that's what I like about not having a schedule. I could just kind of do things whenever I want to, between trying to film for Summer Showdown, getting some other stuff taken care of, and being a little tired from work, man. It just hasn't been the right time, so I've been trying to catch up on a little bit of rest. But I know all of you understand it, so it's all good.
Life happens, right?
Life happens. We both have been busy, man. You've had a lot going on too.
Yeah, I finally coming up for some air. I mean, not really, but enough.
Yeah.
So finally moved. So we had temporary housing for a couple weeks threw everything off. I see you, bud. Sorry, my kid in the background climbing a rock wall.
It's the weekend, man.
Yeah. So yeah, we lived in temporary housing. So I didn't have all my cigars, didn't have all my clothes. You know how that stuff goes. And moved into our house on Tuesday, so it's been unpacking. I had Black Lion. Technically, we were open, but like I wasn't filling orders and I had it closed. I was letting people know. So I went back in Friday to start and got done probably about 11 o'clock last night, packing orders and everything. So
one man show, man.
Yeah, it's been quite a thing. What's up, bud?
Dre Day, what's going on? Gary, what is going on, brother? Ventez, what is going on?
Hey.
Julio, what's up, my man? Big E in the building. Monty, what's going on, brother? Oh, Ventez, you here locally with me too. If you are looking for the, you might have already got it. The new Aganorsa Casa Fernandez Miami Anniversario is out now locally. So go grab you a couple of them.
Gary,
go ahead.
Gary, I have a secret. I didn't do it last night, man. I couldn't smoke it. I had something else that came up, and like I said, I ended up packing boxes and getting the orders done, so I couldn't smoke it. And I got it out here. I'll show everybody a little bit later what I was going to smoke last night, but life got in the way.
Scott Randall, what's going on, man?
Brew Geek, I've got the Aurora first 20. This is the 6x54. So,
Garland, I appreciate it, man. I think it's been good too. You know, I expected the tournament to do well. I figured it's not going to do as well as Cigar Madness, just because it's a little bit more relaxed, not as big as the tournament. Doesn't have the names that Cigar Madness did, but still doing really well, man. And that's a big thanks to you. Thanks to all of you. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying filming. The Final Four is filmed, and so the only thing I have to film now is the championship match, but everything else is done. So,
whoop whoop.
Got a lot, yeah, which is cool. So once the Summer Showdown is kind of over with, now I'll be able to kind of relax. I know a lot of people have been wanting me to do some more pairing videos. Then, you know, now we got the Black Line unboxing videos, and me and James will be doing some more stuff too in the future. So, like he said, I'll have a little bit more room to breathe. So,
lies. You're like 20 cigars deep that I know for reviews.
Yeah, but you know, so that's true. I probably do have at least 20, but the thing about it is people don't realize the tournaments take up so much time because, you know, you're smoking 2 cigars in a video. So I always will smoke one and take an hour and a half, 2 hour break. Then I'm doing other stuff. So one video just takes up so much time. And then I don't want to just smoke other cigars in between doing the filming too. So,
yep.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Let's see. All right, James, you want we got 20 here. If you want to go ahead and start talking or letting everybody know why they're here.
Yeah, so obviously we are gathered here today on this beautiful Sunday morning, not for the art of religion or art, science, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, so I'm not a big marketing guy. It's not really my skill set. So I have Sean, the Hoodie God, you know, on speed dial. But, you know, we quietly passed 500 subscribers on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and you know, no fancy posts, no fancy, you know, subscribe and then leave. So I wanted to just kind of reward the people that have stuck with Black Line on the Instagram as we continue to grow all over the place. And then also with the exciting announcement of the partnership that we have with Ron. You know, Ron's always been sponsored by us, but, you know, bringing him to actually engage and be involved with, on the box level that nobody's been on before. Wanted to do some giveaways today. So 3 items. Or 3 packages, I should say. Yeah, like I said, my son's in the background. He's having a little fun.
Hey, that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we have a 6-month subscription membership free for the club. And then we will also be giving away Roma Craft Antiqua. This is the 5 3/4 by 46. These are sealed, got a couple years on them. So we'll have 2 winners of these. Each winner gets a box. And then also we have these beautiful things that in the chat, you'll see Mr. Scott Randall. Scott made for us. We have these beautiful glass ashtrays. So this first one here has, you know, the infamous RonReal logo etched on it. And then the second one has the Black Line Luxuries one as well. So that's our giveaway. Just kind of a small thank you for everybody who's been supporting us and been on board as we grow, as I make mistakes, as Ron tells me how to do things better. I really
that doesn't happen often, man.
So I just really appreciate it. I wanted to kind of go a little bit bigger than what I've done in the past. So that's what we're here for today.
Definitely appreciate you too, Scott, for everything you're doing for us, man. Really appreciate that. Frank hit that right on the head.
Well, Frank's a little biased, but
that's okay. You know what? So my thing about being biased in general, if you could come out and just admit you're biased, then there's nothing wrong with it. It's the people that argue that they're not biased when you can clearly see that they're biased. That's the problem.
Scott, what did I say? Yeah, they're glass humidors. My apologies.
You did say ashtray. See it, and then you just said thank you for correcting you. So that's why I didn't say anything. I was gonna let it ride.
It's first cup of coffee. I'm behind schedule, but man, I got everybody following me now all of a sudden. I think they missed, you know, they sorry, appreciate the support.
What's going on, man?
You know, Scott, technically they could be ashtrays. You know, I like to think I'm creative. Sometimes it's born out of stupidity though. So
you're being disrespectful now putting ashes in there.
Listen, I bet it would look beautiful. You could clean it out nice and easy. You know, it's sealed. It's wet. I'm just saying, Scott, you did a great job. It could be used however you want it to be used. Let's just put it that way.
You definitely did. Another man, shout out to my dog Cowboy is a man. If y'all aren't following him, he's getting really, really close to 100 subscribers. Make sure y'all hit subscribe and check out my guy Cowboy. He does really nice reviews. If you are a fan of me, which I'm assuming if you're in the live chat you are, Cowboy is pretty similar as far as just a laid back kind of relaxed style, not very hyper, which is right up my alley. So you guys make sure y'all go check out Cowboy if you haven't, man.
Agreed. Good stuff there. Good stuff.
Eric, what's going on, man? Scott said that's a deep ass tray.
Hey, I mean, isn't that what you need? What's up, bud? All right, good luck. Don't fall, please. All right, don't fall, please. I don't want to have to go to the doctors today. I got stuff to do. All right. All right. Awesome. All right. Anybody else got a under 5-year-old? Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I love my boy. You guys have seen him before. Frank, we're not taking over the world, man. You know, I think what's really cool about this is, and you've heard Lee Mack and Ron mention it, there's a place for everybody. We're just kind of finding our own space. And, you know, one of the cool things about not, you know, we weren't the first cigar club. We won't be the last. Is just kind of carving our niche, though. I think that's really exciting, you know, because it's there's not like you're setting precedent, but at the same time, you get to change the mold. I think that's really, really fun.
Which I felt very disrespected a couple of days ago. You know what I'm going to talk about. Somebody said we were copying something. I was like, copying
what?
Something? And if I did copy something, that's the last fucking place I'm going to copy. Like,
well, and yeah, I mean, so in higher ed, and I'm sure it's in the business world too, right? I'm not naive. Like I have peer and aspirational businesses I follow. Like I will say it out loud. I think Fox Cigars and Corona do a lot of things really, really well.
Correct.
But none of them, to my knowledge, maybe Corona does. Do they have a club?
They do.
Okay.
But it's so like, and that's another thing I was going to say as far as clubs too. Smoke Inn does a very nice job. And me and you both are fans of small batch Cigar of the Month Club too. But, but it's like, yeah, even with those, like the model, like, and that's what I was telling you guys as far as my content. I'll take little pieces of things and then mold it and create myself. But as far as being a carbon copy or something, like, no, man. Like and as you can tell, if you're looking at the monthly subscription from Black Line, it's some of these cigars that we're going to be putting in here. You're not going to get these cigars in other clubs unless you're paying north of $50 or $60 a month. You're not going to get these cigars, man.
Well, let me. All right. Hey, babe. Oliver needs help. Sorry. I mean, I will. You guys can blame Ron officially, though. This is the cigar I wanted in the September box, but he said, no, nobody's going to smoke it. We can't do it.
Hell, because if y'all decided to smoke that cigar, y'all wouldn't need another monthly box until January.
So this, I have a lot of cigars and I get after it. This is from Ma Aurora. It is the Stravaganza. So it's their play on the Stradivarius fiddle, so not the actual fiddle, but the bow. This is what it's supposed to emulate. It is a 20 by 80. This is 20 freaking inches, man. So I was going to smoke this last night, try it out for the club, but Ron said no. So you all can blame Ron for it.
I ain't doing it, y'all.
I thought about trying to.
And I will go ahead and say now, there will not be an official review of that cigar. The longest cigar you will see me smoke on this channel is an A. And that takes forever too, man. Just,
This is literally, so I've seen a couple people smoke this. This is like a 5 to 6 hour smoking experience. You would need like a whole can of butane for your lighter by the time you're done with this.
Dude, I have to go through a whole box of matches on there.
Yeah, so that's what it is. If you're interested,
I am impressed by the Torcedor even being able to roll it. I will say that.
Listen, this is plexiglass. It's beautiful. It's etched right there. Like they've got it notched out here for the, so yeah, it's fun. So,
but and so here's so this is what I was going to say too. So where Black Line is going to be different, not only with just the cigars that we have involved, because like I said, so all right, so we could say $40. If you some people are going to be real anal out there and be like, oh, it's a $40 club. Okay, $40. You name me another $40 a club where, or $40 a club where you're going to get a Padron 1926 or La Aurora, or I'm not even going to mention some other cigars that are coming up in the future. You will see these cigars, but most of these subscriptions are going to be $75, $100, $150 a month because it's designed to them. If they don't have a brick and mortar attached to them as a club, they have to make money off of it to keep surviving. So the club is designed to make money. Whether it's if they make $5 off every box, $8, this club is not designed to make money. So we're able to get you these cigars at cost, and then on top of that, you get a discount code. If you smoke something out, you're like, all right, I didn't like the La Aurora Diamond, but I love the Cameroon, and you want to get a box of it or a 5-pack or something, you can get 15% off whatever you're purchasing. So it's different. And then, like I said, at the same time, not knocking anybody else, because a lot of these people are a lot more important and a lot more busier than me and James. But you guys can literally touch us essentially as far as emailing, Instagram, these Zoom chats. We make ourselves accessible a lot, man. So, that doesn't really happen with a lot of other clubs, But
yeah, I mean, we're just trying to figure it out as we go, and that's the beautiful part about this, though, is having two guys who just like what they're doing and want to have some level of success, whatever we define that as. But it's been a lot of fun, though. But like I said, you can blame Ron for this one. That's all I'm going to recap. Out of all that beautiful language that Ron provided and commentary, I'm just going to say Ron vetoed this one.
It was an instant veto too. He didn't even get the name. I said nope.
And so, is that Montez? Yeah, Montez said he'd be uncomfortable smoking that in public. Man, I'd sit in the lounge proudly, and if anybody walked in, I would make sure eyes connected.
Man, like, I was uncomfortable smoking the Mad Folk. I had to smoke that off camera without nobody around too.
Yeah. Ooh, man, you got Mason pissed off. He says you're not answering him.
Mason, Sean, what you asked, man?
He said, I mean, Sean, in his defense, I blow you off too.
You blow me off?
No, I blow Sean off every once in a while. Sean's been trying to have that low key that small group Zoom, and I keep forgetting to set it up like we used to do.
Oh man, yeah. Sean, hopefully you'll be there this evening, man. Nova, yeah, he said you don't have to explain to the haters. Keep doing y'all. We will, man. But sometimes when people complain or sometimes people don't get it, it's just like it's on a completely different scale. So, if I just opened up my restaurant and it's in a small location, but then somebody comes in and is like, man, you're comparing me to a Ruth's Chris or Texas Day Brazil or whatever, somebody that's established, that's been around for a long time. You got to give somebody a time and a chance to get there, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's listen, obviously, Ron, you and we've had deep conversations about this, and this is where I think you and I vary a little bit. Is the reality is there's a lot of competition out there for clubs and online cigar purchasing, and so what I thought was my runway for success, obviously drastically changed when you got involved even before the announcement. And, you being you and doing what you do and, took us to a level that I just wasn't ready for. And I think it doesn't bother me because it's the reality. People are people. They're going to do what they want to do. And but just the people that there's no room for error in their eyes. It's like, listen, I apologize. I'll take care of you as I can. I'll do my best to make it right. But I'm still a one-man job, right? I work 40 hours plus at another job. I do this on the side. I've got a, just turned 4-year-old. We just moved into a brand new house. I got a life. I need to live because, what the hell's the point of making money and working hard if you can't enjoy yourself?
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I was going to say too. Even as far as me and your relationship, I mean, 99% of the time we're always on the same page. But there have been times where, something might have happened that me or you both wanted to happen quicker. But it's like it's the same thing as me and Eric's relationship. Shout out to Eric. So we do a lot of filming and stuff like that. And there have been days where, we've both been very open about this. Cigar Madness, and when the initial plans came out, was to be a 1-month thing. But then, like you said, life happens, man. So it's nothing to get mad over. And for me, I look at it as I could get mad about that, but it's still not going to change anything. So it's just move on and we'll work accordingly. And I feel like that's where me and Eric's strength is. And that's why I feel like we're such a good team. Because we both compromise a lot on everything, in order for the greater good. And I feel like me and you have a similar relationship too.
Yeah. So. But with that said, business is getting better, working harder. Got some things in place, like the back end work that you guys don't care about, but it's all getting better. And I shut down Black Lion this week because I moved into the house, and obviously, we had a crap load of boxes and had to hang and build furniture and all that fun stuff that comes with it. And going back in Friday late afternoon and Saturday, like, it was really easy to get caught up. So that was one of those moments. It's like, okay, I took all the feedback from you guys, so I appreciate that. And I was able to make sure I was better. And so I appreciate that, and that it changes, and I can learn from it.
Right. Shout out to Charles. What's going on, brother?
Yeah. And don't worry about sorry guys. It's just one of those things, Ron and I have a vision for the club, and, we've talked about it. And so I'll say it again. We just got our samples for the first Black Lion Luxuries blend that Ron's involved with. That is anticipated to be in the December box. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say what, I'm not going to say anything else than that, but it's like, when you see this, there is no other club out there that has done this, because there's no other club that's got the cash to do it. And I don't mean that negatively, but the cigar we're producing and the product and the leaf, it's not cheap. And I don't mean it's going to be like an $80, Davidoff. Right. I mean, we are doing the budget version of a cigar that most people dream about having in their humidor. And so that goes back to our commitment for that. But, it's really exciting, because when you see this, you're like, oh, they ain't copying anybody. This is all their own idea. I was like, so
yeah, this is going to be very special, man.
Yeah. And it was just somebody in passing. So we're not really worried about it. We're doing our thing, but it was just more lack of critical thinking on that person's part.
Yeah. And I was about to say, not, talking shit or anything either, but even as far as the copying, like, for me, and James will tell you this too, because we talk offline as much as me and Lee Mac do, but I see a lot of stuff all the time where people are, I'm not even going to use the word copying because it just sounds so bad, but are definitely influenced by me. And I don't say anything, man. It's just like, whatever. But my whole thing is, James knows I'm an English major. That's what I went to college for. So
all the time I get corrected.
My plagiarism is really bad for me, man. So it's like, if you're gonna steal or if you're gonna use something from somebody else, just cite your source and just say where you got it from. The problem I have is when people do something and it's very obvious where they got it from, and they just refuse to give credit, whether they don't want to give any more light to that person or whatever the motives are. That's the biggest problem that I have. You guys have always seen, no matter where I get something from or do something from, the marriage is a prime example. I never said I came up with that or invented that. And also, from day one of me showing my video, or the very first pairing I did was in September of last year. You can go back and fact check me on that. I always gave credit to where I found it. I never pushed it off like it was my own. So I just, that's one thing I would say in the community. The one thing that bothers me is people do so many things and then just try to push it off like it's their own. So,
well, so on the happy thoughts, shall we dive in?
Yeah, we can go ahead. What you want to give away first?
Yeah, we'll do one. We'll talk a little bit more because, Ron and I like to talk a lot. So first up is the same box, obviously, that we talked about. They're both the same. This is the Roma Craft, the Roma Antiqua Anthropology, 5 3/4 by 46. So in an effort to be fair and honest, I provided Ron with the subscriber list last night at midnight. So we had a stop, and I've got a timeline to prove it. Ron is going to do a randomizer, and then he will tell us who our first winner of this. And you want to do Black Lion, or you want to do RonReal? For the
y'all put in the chat, do y'all want to see the RonReal humidor given away first, or the Black Lion? We'll let y'all decide.
Well, the Black Lion one's an ashtray. Don't forget.
Okay. Sean, Hoodie God, what is going on, brother?
Sean, I hope that goes well, man. I'm praying. I'm looking at the website, waiting for you guys to go live, and I want to check it out. So
I'll have to check that out too. Shout out to you too, Martin A. EP, what is going on? Just like a mystical, what's going on, Eric? A-Rod in the building. Sean.
Well, Scott, I will be honest, there are a couple $1,000 bottles around, but I just don't bring them out. So I don't drink, but I have obviously a lot of connections. So I mainly just have them for when people come over.
Don't worry, I'll put a big dent in it when I come up that way later this year.
Oh, don't worry. We got some stuff. I forgot to send you a picture of what arrived the other day that's waiting for you.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna, I don't do it, so it is what it is, but it's It's a bourbon, but it says whiskey on it. It's like a black and white bottle or logo, like has men in suits in it. Does that ring a bell?
I can see that label, but I can't think of what it is. I can actually see the label.
Yeah. All right. So looks like RonReal is up first. Here we go, Ron. First item.
Right. Let me look and see what you said. Nick's calling.
Yeah, you're good. Oh.
All right. Let me scatter these names. All right. The first winner is Mike Ortiz.
All right. So to win this, please comment on the photo on official Black Lion Luxuries and Ron, and just comment that you're here to claim it. That's all it is. Nothing special. So you just have to comment on both of them. So there's that. Congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations, Mike.
See, I tried to drive to Frank's house the other day to congratulate him on the baby and give him some good cigars, but he wasn't home.
You should have left him in the mailbox. That's what a good friend would have did.
I'm not leaving those in a mailbox for anybody to get.
Actually, speaking of that, you probably shouldn't have. So I was out yesterday getting my mail, and the mail lady was rounding my cove and smashed into the neighbor's mailbox and knocked the mailbox on the ground.
Oh, God.
She didn't knock the post down. It was just like the little tin part of it. She had to pick it up. Oh, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
That's a promise, Scott. B&T, what's going on, brother? I didn't see you. You have to be an Instagram follower to be in the drawing. Yeah, so that's pretty much the only stipulation following Black Lion or official Black Lion Luxuries.
You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. Come here. You gotta come over.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Nothing.
Tell them what you.
I've been finding out those things. Tell them what they are.
I can't. Well, all right. So we moved into a new house, obviously, and so this is our backyard currently. They just haven't finished grading, and they got.
You could put a pool back there, man.
Oh, we got things coming, but this has been my son's playground for the last 8 days. No, Jesus, 6 days that we've been here.
He's gonna hate it when everything's filled in. He's gonna get so used to being in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So B&T, we just because we've got other giveaways planned for people that are subscribed to the email list, and then we have some things coming up for the club. Well, I mean, I'll say them now. Is so we're gonna kind of copying Willy Wonka golden ticket. So if you're part of the club, it comes with that white paper that supports and keeps the package safe. 2 people every month, if you have golden ticket, you're going to get a free 5-pack of cigars from Black Lion. And there are going to be 5 that Ron picks out every month that he would like the community to have. So we're going to do that. So that'll be randomized and all that fun stuff. So this was just a Instagram follower giveaway that we wanted to do because we hit that mark. And like I said, we don't really advertise it. It's not our thing to kind of go like, hey, look at us. I really want our products to stand on itself, our sales, and ultimately, customer service as I do my best and continue to get better at that. So that's why we didn't really advertise this as a follow or a giveaway, but there will be things coming soon for other people. Yeah,
we're just scratching the surface, man. It's gonna be plenty of stuff out there. Lefty, I have not tried the Perdomo 10th anniversary Maduro. I actually heard to smoke the sun grown first, but I haven't had either one of them yet.
Yeah. I'm still here. Sorry, hold on. I
was just reading the comments. Everybody's giving you credit for being brilliant.
Oh, that's a lie.
This is a lie. I don't know why y'all are telling him that shit.
I have good people. I have good people around me. In Ron, I have a very supportive and awesome wife.
Yes, you do.
I got a good lounge, and good. Nick, the owner, is a very good owner. I really don't ever have to justify anything I do. He trusts me on my opinion of it. So yeah,
that stuff matters, man. When you're trying to really, really build in the way we're building, all that stuff really matters. Like I said, too, have a very supportive cast around me. Got a very awesome wife that pretty much gives me free reign. She know. I mean, I was asking her, we were talking the other day, and she was just like, man, I just had no idea. You know, when you first started the channel, I knew it was just something you wanted to do, but I had no idea it was going to get like this. I said, shit, I didn't either.
Hey, Ron, you think Sean's being serious right now in the chat? Sean, are you for real, man? Don't do that if you did. I mean, obviously, thank you, but you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you. That's all. He is, man. Mystic, I saw you got out of church this morning and you came into this. Ron's
I'm sorry, Mystic. I'm gonna do better, man.
No, you ain't. So what you all saw my dirt, what you can't see on the side and the front of the house, that's all graded and seeded. It rained here the other day. My kid was just like all in it, slipping slide, having too much fun. He was all cut up, dirty as crap.
Good.
He's a boy.
Make daddy work.
Oh, every day. Every day.
Is there a difference between sun-grown cigars?
Yeah, I mean,
with the Maduro goes through a little bit more fermentation.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, well, it's a tough, that's a very vague, because, yes is the answer, because then you add in binder and filler, right? And then if that's grown different, obviously different. So things like that. I think Sean's being for real. Thank you, bud.
That's why I said I wouldn't put it past Sean. Cowboy fact, that is a big fact. All right, Mr. Blue, you take care, man. Be safe out there. Appreciate your support always, man.
I missed where he's leaving.
He's off to treat the wife.
Oh, I like when he gives you crap.
Gary, slow down. So I don't have my XO on me, but so just when you're holding the cigar, just slowly creep it in and then just cut it.
Yep.
That's what's good about the XO. You can cut fast or really slow. The springs on them aren't very loose or tight. It's like, well, mine's just about 3 years old, so it's worn in pretty good. But just when you're looking at the head, just kind of slowly close in on it, then hit you a cut on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I have about 80 different cutters, though.
I got a boatload of them too, but I just used 2. And then I actually was talking to Lee Mac this morning. There's another lighter I want to use, but it's so expensive right now. I have to wait till it comes on sale. That new Cigar Meriden, that triple soft flame. Have you seen it yet?
I have. Man, so technology is an issue. I figure out what's going on. I'm in the top chat, not the live chat, because I don't have internet on my MacBook. So I'm using my kid's iPad, and so it doesn't have the settings the same. So that's why I think I'm missing some of these. But that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I got
you.
Yeah. Kevin, not the first one, brother. Eric said he likes the transparency and honesty that comes with Black Line. That's what separates you from others, I see.
I appreciate you saying that, Eric. I mean, I know some. Hey, champ. I know some people. I don't know. It's just never been in my personality. I'm a product of 2 blue collar workers. They don't have college degrees. They started working at 18 once they graduated high school, and so being able to admit when you screw up and being able to admit when you want to get better and know how to get better goes a long way in my family's opinion. So like that's always you're up in my bedroom. Always kind of been like a thing for me. So that's why it sucks to admit when you screw up. And I do screw up. Everybody does. But like, I've got no problem saying it because like, I'd rather be honest. I don't want to bullshit people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I like the circle that I'm into. And then all of you guys too. I already can tell how authentic a lot of you are. So I'm very appreciative of that. Monty said, chat's moving kind of fast. He said, man.
It is moving real fast, man.
Ron, question for you regarding your cigar scoring for strength. Is stronger better for you, higher score, or could a not so strong cigar get a max score on your scale? So I probably get that question more than anything. That is literally, and I actually was talking to James about this maybe a week ago after I got the email about it, but it's literally just a perfect, or it's my preference on scale. So technically, think about this. A cigar that's not very strong could still be an elite cigar. It still could be a 90, 91, whatever out of 100, which still makes it an elite cigar. But the chances of that cigar being better than a cigar that's the same with a little bit more strength is slim to none. I just prefer strength on my cigars. I'm more of a medium to full body, full strength guy. So that's why it's in my scoring scale. But look at some Cubans. There have been Cubans that scored in the low 90s. There have been other cigars that aren't really strong cigars that scored in the low 90s, mid 90s.
Well, I mean, I sent you those 4. I don't want to say their name that you'd never had before last week.
God, yeah.
We were thinking club box, and
those are 90s or better cigars too.
Yeah,
and like that, those are not strong at all. But they're what is unique is what made them really good.
So for me, and I'm gonna explain this too. The best way to explain it maybe would be like on a drinking scale or like drinking bourbon or scotch. So if you have the 80 proof or 85 or 90 proof bourbon, and then you have that barrel strength 115, 120, they both can be good, but I feel like the strength helps accentuate the flavors and the experience, which for me is better. Everybody's not like that. Everybody doesn't like to get kicked around and stuff like that. Some people like a more smooth, more refined experience, but I prefer more full. I like the more full experience. If I'm sitting down relaxing, I don't mind getting kicked around a little bit. So that's why the strength is in my scale. And like I said, I could have, and there are a lot of other reviewers that I respect have pricing in their scoring. I don't, because I've always said, if I hand you without a band, if I hand you a $30 cigar and a $10 cigar, I just want you to tell me about the cigar. How's your experience? And for me, price shouldn't be a problem in that. Now, of course, if you like both cigars, then you're probably going to buy one more than the other because of the price of it. But the scoring should not be affected by the price of the cigar, and that's just my opinion.
Yep, so. I agree with that, because that's one of the reasons gravitated towards you, Ron, is that simple notion, because price is subjective, right? It depends on the website, depends on the state you live in, it depends if there's a coupon code, depends if it's on sale. So there are some really expensive cigars. All you got to do is wait, and you can find a coupon code, or somebody's trying to clearance them out. So that to me has always been a really bad factor, or listen, you just have a great relationship with your shop owner, and you buy 5 and you get 1 free, and then all of a sudden that's 20% off the entire board. So price has always been the one thing I'm kind of in your camp on this one, obviously. I don't like influencers or creators that put that out there, because they can be had.
Well, and looking at prime example, so look at the Davidoff Royale, or I won't mention another cigar review that had a $40, $50 price tag. If I was rating it on score, that would really diminish the score of that cigar, but it's not. But you know what I mean? So if I smoke $100 Davidoff Royale and I really love the cigar, but then I crash it because it's a $100 cigar, and then some people be looking at me like, man, well, that had nothing to do with the cigar. Is the cigar good? So that's kind of how I look at it like that.
Yeah. So I'm seeing all the Cameroon love. Thank you guys. That Aladino, that was a fun one to put in the box. Obviously, Ron and I had smoked it and reviewed, so you guys knew our thoughts of it. But I quickly realized, even though you guys know we like it, some of you bought it, but some didn't. So it was a very easy decision when I looked at the club list, because I can see, obviously, I know what you guys buy through me anyway. And I could tell that more than half the group hadn't smoked it, and those that had smoked it actually had bought more of it. So I figured that was an easy one to include. But yeah, that Aladino, they're still small and they're boutique, but in my opinion, they're making a lot of really good noise right now.
I agree. Yeah.
Ratman just asked too a good question. Do you see that one?
No, what'd he say?
He said, developing my palate seems to be the hardest thing to do. Is there a certain non-infused cigar to smoke to get that oh moment? Or the ooh, I should say.
That's subjective too, though, because what might wow me might not wow you. So that's why I would recommend, I've said it a lot, but just if you shop locally or wherever online, that's why I like places online where you can buy singles. Yep. So if you buy 5 or 6 cigars every 2 weeks, if you buy 6, buy 5 that you're familiar with, and always grab you one that you don't really know nothing about. Try different experiments with different wrappers, different size cigars, different regions. This stuff, all these different regions or terroirs are going to give you different things. Like Nicaragua soil is more heavy, so that's why you're going to get more of that earth or that pepper strength. Honduras has a lot to offer. Dominican has a lot to offer. So you develop your palate when you're able to recognize more things. The more that you can recognize, it sounds crazy, but the more you can recognize, the more you'll be able to zero in and know exactly what you're tasting. So I would just recommend smoking as much different stuff as possible.
Absolutely. But the thing is, don't just smoke it. Like, so what I recommend to people is do the first third, maybe half of the second third, so half of the cigar, then pull up a note, pull up a review of it, and then read. Like, are you getting what they're getting? Or did you taste that and you weren't sure what it was? Don't go into the cigar with the notes, because you have to like force yourself to critically think and work, but then have something to go back to. Kind of, it's like having the answers in the back of the book kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, Nick didn't like me at first, in a good way. Like, he didn't like me because when people come to a shop, they buy like 5 of the same, or they buy boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I have boxes. I have plenty of boxes, but I have more singles than I have boxes at this point in terms of total sticks. Because when I'm traveling for work, if I'm on the road anywhere, I'll go in and I usually buy. I'm even less, Ron. I'll buy 1 or 2 that I know, and I'll buy 3 or 4 that I don't.
Yeah.
I've always been that way, just because I like exploring. I like tasting what's out there. Like, that's what I appreciate. And that's what I've been doing for years. So I have too many singles. I got so many cedar ashtrays. I have too many, the Rubbermaid things that keep it organized, but they're all singles. So
that's what I got to work on more, because I would say most of my, like, once I find a cigar I love or really like, I'm going to buy boxes of it, especially if it's limited. So that's why I say whenever I reach 5,000 subs, man, and y'all see my humidor tour, y'all can be like, man, I thought it was so much more than that. It's really not, man. That's why I haven't done a tour up until this point.
Yeah. Brian Prentice, he's had that new Aladino Habano. It's good, man.
I'm jealous. I actually saw that comment. I'm jealous, man.
Yeah, we have more coming. We sold out of what we had quick. They didn't even get it to the website because we had them sold ahead of time. But that is, to me, it's got the price point of Illusion and Rothschild, and it's got the flavor complexity. And if you can find a sub $6 stick that's got it going on, don't hesitate.
See, that's what I'm afraid of, because I know they come in cabinets of 50. So somebody like me, I don't care about yanking a cabinet of 50 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
should we do the next one?
Yeah, we can do the next one.
All right. So next up is same box before. This is the last of our Roma craft, so I figured I'd put it to good use before I cracked it open, or it's just selling singles and 5-packs, so it's still sealed. Next up is then the Black Lion humidor, not ashtray. Or it could be a beautiful, cigar band, whatever you want to do. Possibilities are limitless. But once again, thanks to Scott Randall, who was in the chat earlier, for working with me and getting these created for us. So here we go, Ron, you're up. Do your thing.
All right. Second winner is Malcolm Scales.
Malcolm Scales.
Malcolm
Mr. D.
Scales.
So once again, Malcolm, if you're watching this, go ahead and comment on RonReal's post about this from yesterday, and go ahead and comment on my post, official Black Lion from today, that you are here to claim your prize. Nothing special. That's it. And obviously, folks, if these go unclaimed, we'll be back again. Just that simple.
Brian said he's with you. Rick said he almost every time I go to the B&M, I buy something I haven't had before. That's what I always recommend. Brian says, over half my humidor is single, still narrowing down my box-worthy cigars, so I have to keep trying more. And I blame Brian, man. He gave me that Partagas Lucentanus. That review will be out at some point soon. Man.
Nice job, Brian. That's good.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Really enjoyed it. And we've been hearing from Don for over a year. Every time he pulled out a Lucentanus, he had a problem, man. So I was like, but that one drew well, and they come in cabinets of 50, which I don't like hearing, because I'm like, I'm a sucker for 50 cabs, man.
I know you are. Yeah, so folks, once again, this was a random drawing for all the Instagram subscribers as of last night at midnight.
Kevin, man.
Jesus.
Shout out to Kevin too, man. He's been a long time supporter. He was one of the first people to sign up for Patreon for me, man. He's a really good dude, man. I really appreciate you, Kevin.
I'm reading Helms. I think is that Rob? I think Rob. I apologize. I got a lot of names in my head right now, obviously, but that's actually not that's not the worst idea. He says put all the cigar info on the lid.
Not bad.
No, I mean I do like my stamp spot there though, but I could work around that.
I've seen like the little white labels where they'll have the price point,
Yeah,
the manufacturer, and then they'll have a quick breakdown of what the cigar is.
yeah. So, Mike, so future drawings are always going to be based on if you're subscribed to the email list through Black Lion. You can do that on our website. Obviously, the club members will have, there'll be a couple more drawings and stuff, giveaways for them because they're engaged on a monthly basis and having some fun with us. And then Instagram following. Those are the 3 ways. So that's how all future drawings and stuff will be done for Black Lion. And probably how it was today. I'm not going to really post because I'm not one to draw subscribers in just to get away, get free stuff and leave. I want the people that are rolling with Ron and I who are committed to the growth of us. So, that's kind of how you can rock with us. So
Kevin said he can't stockpile sticks because Cindy smokes them too fast.
Man,
Kevin, you're lucky though. You got one of the few women out there that, I ain't gonna say few, it's some out there, but you have one that knows what she's smoking and knows why she likes it. You got a real cigar smoker on your hands.
Yeah,
I felt real cigar smoker.
Yeah, I felt bad. Kev and Cindy, they ordered some foundations and first 5-pack went out, cracked right away when they cut them, sent them another one. I felt bad because I was like, man, I threw away a box because of it, obviously, because they just weren't holding up. But that's why you got to have people in your corner like that, because they were honest and, they didn't throw a shit fit. And they were like, hey, it's like, perfect. I got you. Take care of you. So,
hey,
but you're right.
What it's all about.
Man, she probably smokes more than you, Kev, doesn't she?
She's always, man, I see the picture. She's always smoking some good stuff too. Shout out to Desmond. He said made second purchase with you guys last week. Gave me a free. Told us Las Diaz was dope. Ordered the Warhawk Limited. Can't wait to try it.
Desmond, it's packed. It's in my my office, man. I was working on it last night. Fortunately, like I just when I took the week off to move, I wasn't able to get to the UPS on time or yesterday, Saturday, or the post office, not UPS. So it'll be out the door Monday morning. So thank you, bud. Appreciate that. Yeah, champ.
Yeah, Goose, they do come in 10, 25, and 50. I want the 50, but I'll splurge on my birthday or something. I've been telling James for the past month or two, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm a splurge on a box of cigars at some point, man. But that's one I'm considering. But the problem with finding the 50 cabs the problem is finding them, and the price is going to be what it is. But just finding the 50 cabs alone is going to be hard.
Yeah. Oh, so Helms was talking about the Black Lion release that we should put the information on there on the box. So I get what you're saying. So my kind of stance on that box, which is why it doesn't look as pretty as some of the other people's, is you guys probably throw them away. I might be in the wrong here, but I assume most of you throw those away because they're kind of bulky and they just take up space unless your wife wants them and you're keeping the box just to repurpose. So that's why we don't really do anything with the box except stamp it and go. So yeah.
Gary's Corona's new catalog has smoking taste in it. Shout out to Corona and Jeff Borshowitz too, man. They do a good job over there too.
Yeah, Jeff's been to our lounge a couple times. He's really good friends with Nick. So Jeff and his wife come through Harrisburg probably once a year and stop in. So it's real cool. That's why I say, like, I was talking earlier about like they're an aspirational. Like Jeff's built that from ground up. They do a lot of really good things, and I feel like of the big online players, they are still kind of under the radar.
They are. I think they are too. I like what he's doing. He has an awesome catalog over there as far as what he has in store, what he has online, and he's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about just cigars in general. So I got a lot of respect for Jeff.
Yeah. Rick G, the Mil Diaz should be hitting the shop in the next 5 to 7 days. That's what we've been told. Obviously shipping is just a little challenging right now. So that's why I'm not really giving you a hard date, because I know I can pull it up and it says when it's going to be there versus when it actually does. We've got a couple other things like the HVC hotcakes that some of you have ordered. We're sold out. We're waiting on more of them. So I've got a couple orders that are waiting for those boxes to come in. I'm trying to think what else. We got some other stuff. But that Mil Diaz is going to be coming in, and I'll tell you, we ordered 60 boxes. So if you like it, we'll take care of you. Ron and I have both smoked it. Nick has smoked it, and it was instantly, I think it's the best crowned heads in a number of years, even this year specifically. So we loaded up heavy because it's just a phenomenal cigar. Man, more people keep these boxes than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. You can address this too so people can hear you. Dre said, can't wait to get my August box from James. So maybe you can, because I think some people probably overlook it when they're reading. And we got a couple of comments on the unboxing video yesterday about some questions pertaining to if people were going to get their boxes or not. So you got the man.
So the cutoff, thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. So we made a decision because of, and it's really based on the Anchor, the premium cigar, like that La Aurora. So long story short is we actually bought all of La Aurora diamonds that were left in their warehouse. There are no more in that warehouse until the next batch comes in for the club. So there's literally no more for us to get. So the first of each month is the cutoff for that box. This week, I will be sending out more because I'm able to do an inventory. So there's no guarantees you'll get it past the first. And it will be based on availability. And so that's what this is. I had to wait a little bit a week because there's some issues with shipping. And I always like to, I'll be honest, I sit on some because I want to make sure quality is there. Last month, that warp was a little old. One of somebody's broke in transit. So I could have done another box for somebody, but I did the right thing. And I obviously sent them a new one. It's just a fluke accident. So I always make sure I have stuff on that to guarantee the people I got in before the first. But there will be another round of boxes going out tomorrow that I have packed already for the people that have signed up because I do have an inventory available. So that's how it works. So no promises every month, but I'm able to do it this month.
Shout out to Down to the Nub too. I see you, man. Shout out to Tim and Brandon both, man. They got a podcast they do live podcast shows and scheduled ones too. Shout out to both of those guys. I like what they're doing over there too. Always good to see some people in the community.
Yeah, Julio, I'm jealous that you get to go to Corona as your brick and mortar.
Oh, that's his B&M?
Yeah.
Man, they got some of everything in there. Now, Mystical said that's his favorite Crown Heads too. That's my second favorite of the year, but it's really close though.
Yeah, I know you like the other one a little better, but so it's phenomenal. I mean, it's an old saying, right? Money talks. We very rarely buy 60 boxes of anything. Even with the store growing, that's changed, and we'll maybe do 20, probably 20 max. But when Nick and I smoked it, and then Ron had given his thoughts on it, we knew this one was a hit. And so part of the other reason is, Ron, you can address this because Kevin talked about it. There's asking what's going on with the La Miraz. John's factory and warehouse better than I do. He doesn't have anything left.
Yeah, so this was even this was almost a year ago. So probably pound for pound, my favorite Crown Head cigar is the Tennessee Waltz. He hasn't even seen one in a year. I've only found one B&M in the last year that's even had an open box of them. The Maduro wrapper on a lot of those cigars or whatever it may be, there might be a shortage. So he's just back ordered on everything because they're just not able to get their hands on it. So if you're seeing stuff that like the La Kareem is another one, that's one of the cigars why we had to stop the Summer Showdown sampler. Maduro wrapper is really, really hard to get right now, man. So if you see stuff back ordered, it's not because it's not anything. It has nothing to do with the virus or anything going on. It's literally supply and demand is what's hurting it.
Yeah, I mean, you can, so think about, and I'll just take another step further. Like, you guys know Ron's relationship with John. It's extraordinary. I think of all the content creators, Ron, you probably have one of the best out there with him. We're really good friends with Miguel, who's John's number 2 at Crown Heads. Very good friends. Like, I've spoken to him many times. We tried to make a play for a certain release.
We've been trying. Yeah, man. We've been trying to do some stuff with him.
Yeah, I'll just put it out there. We tried to get one of the releases from this year to be Black Lion only, and we were going to buy all 500 boxes. And we were going to be the only distributor of it. We missed that probably by a week. We were a week too late on it. I mean, that's how close we are. We can at least have those conversations. And so we can't get in even with both of our influences. So unfortunately, it just takes time. So I appreciate the patience on some of those things. Oh, Matt Mitchell. Yeah, Matt.
Go ahead.
I say, Matt, I see your comment. You'll be another one that's going out this week. Like I said, all that fine prints on the website when you go to actually purchase the monthly subscription. But I'll say it I have to have a commitment to the people that got there before. And so like now anybody who purchased in August will have that they're part of that commitment then for September. So that's just our way of making sure that I take care of the people who got there before the boxes go out. So yeah. And
Zach mentioned the new CAO Bones. I know James has smoked it. I have not had it yet. So I will soon. Because that'll be a cigar that we'll probably validate to see if it's worthy of being in the box or not at some point. So
Agreed, yeah. So Scott Randall's talking about Mason Dixon. So Mason Dixon, Scott, you have to actually talk. You talking north or south? Because south is the better version. I can find you north all day long, but south you can't find.
Partagas Maduro number 3 is the man. I had the number 1, and I got one more left. Shout out to Omar. He sent me a couple of them. Fantastic cigar, man. But those Partagas Maduros are hard to find, and when you do find them, they're a little pricey. But Lee Mack in the building. What's going on, Kevin from Cigar Prop said the Mil Diaz was a very strong. What did you think? I don't remember it kicking my ass. I would say it was probably a couple notches above medium, kind of going towards medium to full.
Yeah.
But then you got to think too. So think about this too. Kevin smokes a lot of cigars, but I don't think Kevin is I hate it sounds bad. Kevin's not really a nicotine guy as much as me. Not saying that that's what I'm craving, but I'm more of a medium to full body smoker than Kevin. So it's gonna affect me differently than it does Kevin. Kevin gets sick off Padrones. I can smoke a Padron, multiple Padrones every day. They don't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike F87. The club is an auto subscription, so the only way to get it to stop is to email, message, and we'll cut you off, obviously. Or if there's a card issue, we'll call, or you can get ahead of it if you know it's going to be a challenge between, when you last recharge in the next month. So, yep, it's an auto reoccurring until you say stop.
I trust Mystical's. Mystical, did you think the Mil Diaz was too strong or a very strong cigar? His palate's pretty close to mine. See what Mystical has to say about it.
Man, that dude might smoke more 90th Padrones anybody I know.
Anybody. It's two or 3 a week minimum. Cowboy said the problem we're having with the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro is the legalization of cannabis. The blunts they use is take broadleaf Maduro, which is a problem for the cigar blending. Very good point, Cowboy. I smoked hot cakes in all 3 sizes. I don't never remember like the cigar being like, that the first thing I'm thinking is sweetness. I don't remember much sweetness from it.
I got some. I know what he's talking about. Yeah. But it was always combined with that mint that Lee Mack got too. So it was.
See, and I never got the mint.
Yeah. For me, it was never like the main profile flavor. It was always subtle, supporting under. So. All right, Mystic said it was medium plus to him for the Mil Diaz.
I could see that. Yeah, I would say it was probably getting on that low side of medium to full for me. I don't remember like breaking out in sweats or like needing to eat candy or anything, but
yeah.
What do you say? All HVC give me a pepper taste.
That's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Some of it is the access. He's got access to really good tobacco. Right. So, he's not. None of his blends are, I don't want to call them leftovers. Like he can get what he wants. And so when he goes pepper, he goes pepper. Yeah, Mike. So you ordered Friday. We were sold out, but I kept it up. I'll be honest, I kept it up because we thought we'd have it, but that hurricane threw off shipping. So it was a mistake on my part. But you'll have it. And so I don't want to give it. Well, so if you ordered the hotcakes and you've been waiting more than 2 or 3 days, you're going to have a nice surprise, couple extra sticks in your order as my way of trying to take care of you guys. So if you ordered 3, you might get 5. Not bad for 21 plus shipping.
Not bad. Let's see. Chaz, what's going on, brother? A-Rod said, I never got mint and hotcakes, just a faint sweetness. Howard, what is going on? Scott said, aftertaste of Andy's candies.
Ugh.
Yeah, that HBC 500 is a good cigar. I still got probably half a box left upstairs. I enjoy that one.
That was the cigar that gave me fits in the first box because there was an acquisition problem.
The Magicos?
Yeah. Because I thought I had an extra box to fill the club out. Then when I got to the end, I remembered I sent it to Ron about 2 months earlier.
Yep, I was about to have to send them back for you guys.
Yeah, but we took care of them. We're all good. So that one gave me fits a little bit. That was one of those lessons learned the hard way. Trying to take care of my man Ron. So there was an active conversation. I was like, okay, it's $35. Get that overnighted from Memphis to Harrisburg. So
been no problem for you guys. That was not even anything to take into consideration.
Yeah, this month's box is shaping up to be a really good one too. So if you guys, I think that, you know, the Connecticut, the tyrannical buck was a stretch for some people because there's just not a lot of Connecticut smokers out there as there were maybe 2-3 years ago. It's definitely dwindled down. So I was really hoping you guys, you know, that was the one I was worried about, that I'd be like, oh, I'm going to quit your club because of that cigar. You know, I still did my job 75% of it, but there's always that one cigar, and that was the one that worried me the most. But it's not a traditional Connecticut. Obviously, those who have smoked it have done, you know, have enjoyed it. I've got a lot of feedback, those who liked it and those who didn't. But it was really, really cool to see the response to that. So,
and so for me, you guys know, if you watched the live review I did, I wasn't particularly crazy about that cigar, but I still feel like it was an important cigar to place in there because, for one, excuse me, it's not a cigar that everybody's going to see around, especially in your B&Ms. I feel like it did have a different profile than most Connecticut's. And then, of course, I knew some people would like it. And I know James and Nick were fond of it. So I was, okay, you know. And that's another thing we want to do for our club, too, is at the same time, even though you guys know I'm a more medium to full body, me and James smoke a lot. We more or less are in the same boat as far as what we like. But we don't want to drown. We don't want to drown out everybody with the same kind of, oh, man, I'm getting forward the same kind of cigars every month. So we really are trying to work hard on trying to figure out, all right, this month it's Corojo heavy. Let's throw Connecticut, or let's throw a Sumatra, or something. Think of something Sumatra you like. So we're really conscious in trying to mix and match up, trying to get a good variety every month for y'all.
Yeah. So Sean, there was actually a change. So the one you got came out of a brand new box. When I sent it to you and Ron, we worked some magic and pulled some strings and got about 6 months older cigars for the club box. So not much, but enough.
Sometimes that's all the difference you need too. A cigar you'll smoke will be good, and then in 6 months it'll be great. And it could be vice versa. Something could be really good at first, and time could not be so nice to it.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but we're now blessed with the presence of Cindy. Kevin has left, so now we got Cindy up in the building.
Oh, Cindy, hey, how you doing? It's still morning for me. I know it's noon for you, so.
Yeah.
Alex, the cigar man in the building. What is going on, brother? He gave you a nice shout out in this most recent video too.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate that, Alex. I'm glad I was able to do right by you, and thank you, brother. So I appreciate everything, obviously, so far.
Yeah, Rick, that's what we're gonna do. Every month we're gonna try to have a variety of. It's not gonna be all Maduros or all Connecticut's or all sun grown. We're gonna try to mix and match up some good cigars. I think y'all will be really excited for September's box. It's gonna be another good month for you guys.
Yeah, I'm obviously biased, and Ron's obviously biased. So the first 2 months obviously were a little bit more James influenced, just because, you know, we hadn't made the announcement. So I had asked Ron to kind of stay behind the scenes a little bit more, and he had some other stuff he had to take care of. So the September box, obviously, the announcement came out last week. The September box is kind of officially Ron on deck 100%, or on all hands on deck, I should say. And I think you're going to notice that in all 4 of the cigars. You're going to why they're there. I'm not going to have to explain anything. But I think pound for pound, that box is going to be the best one yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say every box after that's going to be best. And December is going to be a box that I don't think any other club for $30 is going to be able to touch.
No. Hi, Desert Man Vic. What is going on? Barista Vic in the building. I feel like I missed somebody else too. Oh, Latanya, good morning, or good or happy noon to you, I should say. I know it's noon where you are too.
Hey, happy birthday, Mario.
Vic, I was sad, man. I saw you canceled the Triple Cap show Friday, man. I know you say you'll be back in 2 weeks, so it's another channel that does a live stream every other week with Caesar and Rob from Smoking Lead, man. Y'all be sure to go check Vic the Hot Desert Man out too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, A-Rod, you can come to the shop and I might show you, but I'm going to have you, sign confidentiality, all those agreements. And I'm going to make sure, I can take you to court, though. And
Oh, man.
No, we love you, A-Rod. But, listen, if you pay attention to Ron, as soon as you see the box, you're gonna like, yep. You'll probably laugh.
It'll be very obvious.
Oh, today's a beautiful, like, high 70s, low 80s day. First time in like a month we broke 80s. So
I hadn't even been outside, so I don't. It looks fine, but it doesn't look like it's too hot or anything.
okay.
Latanya, I ain't mad at you. I'm right there with you. It's a heat advisor here in Texas, so I will be smoking at night. We've had some crap going in the past couple weeks, been rough. Yeah, Vic, trust me. And that's why I say everybody's going through some stuff, man. So I definitely understand, and family and health and all that stuff it comes first. And I think you have a very good following too that understands. And Vic, you kind of work on the same schedule as me. I just release stuff when I feel like I want to release it. There's no set time or no set schedule. I do stuff when I want to. So I think you got a loyal enough following that'll understand it, which is always good.
Man, it's like a who's who of content creators in this chat right now.
I know, man. It's good. I like seeing them. These are a lot of the channels that I personally watch. Only person main person we're missing probably is Smoking Preacher, but I know he's probably preaching right now. So I know he'll be around later.
All right, Ron, close your ears. Hey, gentlemen in the chat, I need I need somebody else to sponsor. I'm just kidding. My new guy.
What'd you say?
My new guy, he wants too much creative control, man. He just doesn't trust the process. 76. Sorry, I'm a Lakers fan, so I can talk trash about.
I am too. So that's another thing we got in common.
Yeah, that's the worst part of being from born and raised in Southern Cali and living on the East Coast. Every Philly fan thinks their teams are the best.
Oh,
I almost got jumped a couple of years ago. I went to a 49ers game at Lincoln Financial, and it was Frank Gore had just a game, scored a couple late touchdowns, and after the game, it was like instantaneous. Twitter, it was Frank Gore's like, "Yeah, the Eagles quit on themselves," and like I'm walking downtown Philly with the 49ers Frank Gore jersey on. I about died that day.
Man, yeah, Philly's rough, man.
No, they good, but it is. I hate the stereotype and the stigma they have. They are an incredible sports town. It is very few that have and it is a passion. Like there's always one bad apple, but it's not what it's portrayed. It's just an awesome sports town.
I would agree with that, and I would say Chicago's another city that comes to mind when they just have loyal, like Blackhawks, Bulls, White Sox, and Cubs. Like it's a lifestyle there. This ain't no hobby or no. Hey man, they as soon as you walk in, like, are you a Cubs or a Sox fan? I'm like, damn man, I'm not from Chicago. Man.
Yeah. Down to the nub. I was born in Fontana, so Orange County. All my dad's side of family still out there, so we go out there. Well, we were supposed to go this year. That didn't happen, obviously, because of COVID. So we're out there pretty regularly.
Yeah, a lot of my dad's family's in the Valley in Southern California too, so I got a lot of family in California. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Zachariah for that donation. I appreciate you, brother. Yes. Today Mario, everybody give Mario a happy birthday, man. He turned 29 years old today, man. Happy birthday. Smoke you a good cigar. Don't be cheap today, Mario.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, somebody asked, what are 3 full body? I'm trying to find it. I apologize. 3 full body cigars, regardless of price, that you would smoke. I think it was either birthday or celebration.
Either the Padron Family Reserve 46 year or 80 year. 46 to me, I say it's the forgotten stepchild. It's the cigar of the Padron Family Reserve line that everybody forgets about. That one in the 85 year, nobody talks about those. The 46 year or the 80th anniversary, full body.
Okay.
Man, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's funny. He's got me thinking about down to the I'm reading comments. He's got me thinking about price, and I just don't think that way.
I don't. Yeah, when it comes to that, like on my birthday, I'll spend whatever.
Yeah.
What else? Full body.
I mean, you know me. I'm reaching for a Caldwell Mad Mofo.
I know you love Caldwell. That's a good cigar, though. Full body.
I mean, you got to get the. I mean, you've got to go the new Cohiba then.
Which one?
The Royale.
I'm not grabbing it.
I'm not, but he might. I'm just kidding.
This might be. I mean, it's not like something you can smoke on your birthday. It's attainable to smoke once a month. I like the Feral Flying Pig or the UF13.
Yeah,
I'd probably say UF13. I'd probably grab the UF13. It's just I'm thinking straight full body because a lot of stuff I like is medium to full, like that Supreme Leaf and stuff. I wouldn't say they're necessarily straight up full.
I mean, there's a couple things Oza does that you could go for.
That's actually a really good question. I have to sit down and think more on it.
Yeah, I'll dig through the chat and send you that person's name.
Okay. Yeah, that 46 year is really, really, it's always forgotten about. Good, perfect size on it. It's a powerful, full flavored, full body cigar. Like every year for my birthday, I'll smoke a Padron. What do you think about the Purple Rain? But those are going to be kind of harder to find. What do you think about the Añejo line? Would you consider that full body?
No, not really.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't really think it's full body, but Punch Knuckle Buster is a very good budget cigar, man. I smoked one yesterday.
They're absolutely incredible.
I like the Plasencia Alma Fuerte, but I still would say that's more medium to full for me. But that's a good question, man. Because if you think about it, to be honest, and this is just my personal thought, most cigars out there aren't full body. The most sold cigars are Connecticut cigars. So there's not really a lot of people blending straight on full body. Espinosa is a very good company that blends a lot of full body cigars, but a lot of Espinosa cigars lack a lot of complexity and sweetness. I think that would help out the profile. A lot of them are really just peppery wood. Yeah. So I don't know if I would recommend those for like a birthday smoke or something like that.
Lee's Ollie just dropped a good one. The Hoyo de Nicaragua, the Antonio.
If you get the Cinco de Calles, I smoked that the other day. That was good.
So yeah, or if you go a little lower, because that's top shelf. If you go a little lower, you can get the Grand Consoles. That's I think sub $10 cigar, depending on what it's priced at. That'll get the job done. That's actually really.
Man, that's a really good question because I think most cigars fall in that medium to full area.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, there are very few. So
late hour is always a great recommendation for me if you don't mind spending you $22. That's a good cigar. I love that cigar too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then here comes the LFDs. The double
course. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you one of the cigars I think is one of the better cigars. It doesn't even have a band on it. The Maduro Cabinet No. 5.
It's up
dark oil. It's not a torpedo. It's not the torpedo head. I think the torpedo head is a number 6.
Yeah.
The number 5 is fantastic. Great long smoking time, good dark flavors, and it's only like $11, $12 a cigar.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Mario.
Rick, yeah. Yeah, but I actually want something with some flavor.
I like the Top Rung and Brimstone. I wasn't really a fan of the Toro though.
Yeah, I like what Robert's doing over there, but just the Caldwell stuff does not hit my palate. So.
Oh, you mean Southern Drawl?
Oh yeah, sorry, not Caldwell. Yeah, Jesus, Southern Drawl. Yeah.
Saka cigars, a lot of those are medium to full for me too. Even like the Todos Los Dias.
Yeah.
I love the Sin Compromiso. They're medium to full. I wouldn't say they're just full on full.
So Rick says, what actually determines full body?
So when you're thinking of body, I think of the texture of the smoke. How dense is it? How long does it last in your palate? So when I think of a full body smoke, I'm thinking of something that's just, and the word sounds bad, but it's just assaulting your palate. Like it leaves a full presence. Like there's no question that smoke is just very dense, creamy, chewy. You could just kind of feel it even after you've gotten done exhaling the smoke out. It's just a very dense smoke.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll smoke some cigars and the smoke is just very thin and scratchy. Your area is very light body. Which you could have a light body, full flavored cigar.
Yeah.
You could have those, but full body like this, just that smoke is just real dense, man. You could just, like Unc does it and so does Cowboy. Like they say, you could tell when the smoke is starting to get real dense for them. They can start blowing those smoke rings out when that smoke is just nice and it just hangs around. That's a full bodied smoke.
That's good. That's a very good explanation for people that get those confused.
And that's very true down to the nub. Which this is an opinion of mine. It's an opinion because it's recorded. They are wrong. Body and strength have nothing to do with each other. You can have a very strong cigar where the body's not that full, or you can have a full-bodied cigar that's not that strong. Most people, they don't know it, but subconsciously you want medium to full or full flavored with medium strength. That's where most people fall in line. And most people don't want the nicotine; they just want the flavor or the body.
Yeah.
But there is a very notable difference about body, flavor, and strength.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, I mean these guys, they're going all in on it. Yep.
How the virus affected your business and industry across the board? For example, prices. If it hasn't, do you expect it to?
Matt, you've if you go back and watch some of the older ones of these live streams, I'm on the record as, it's my opinion, obviously, because I'll steal Ron's language.
We got to start saying this shit, man, because people will start saying, "Oh man, well Ron and James, it's an opinion, man."
Yeah. I'm on the record saying that my opinion is if you like a cigar, you need to buy it. There are shortages coming. Price has not been affected yet. And I mean, shortages are here. There are a number of cigars from the large distributors and companies that we cannot get. We're back ordered for 3 months. If it comes in, they're going out right away. You know, and I mean, I don't want to say the companies just because they're working hard and it's not their fault. And there's a lot of different factors. You know, we have an order of 140 boxes that we placed through one company, and 40% of that order was back ordered. That's a lot. We've never had that kind of back ordered challenge before. We're lucky that we're a little connected. So we have some networks that we move boxes between. So like if a store has it, but it's been sitting on their shelf for a couple years or a couple months and it's not selling, we'll buy that box and we'll sell them something to help keep our product in stock. But there's shortages all over the place right now. And I mean, you go to CI, you go to Famous, any of the big ones, and you just look at their out of stock or back order list. It's larger than it's ever been. And I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon, because you have to think about it. The production is slowed. The storage is slowed. The delivery is slowed. So you, like when I mentioned La Aurora on the Preferitos, we bought the last boxes they had in stock. They're not going to have any more probably for 3 months. As soon as those come in, they're going to be gone to somebody else. And then there's another 3-month delay. They're just not going to be able to catch up. It's going to, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a year or more cycle until everything's back to fully stocked. And I do think prices will be affected at some point, but they're not yet.
And I'm assuming, just seeing the comments, I'm assuming this is Brandon talking. But so Brandon's a broker with a couple of different companies, but he was saying about the body flavor and strength profile. But again, I don't know everything, don't claim to. I still learn a lot from you guys, a lot of other fellow content creators, but it's our job because right now there's 70 plus people here in the chat. So there's an influence there because there's a lot of people that have smoked longer than me, a lot of people that have smoked shorter than me. So misinformation is very important, because if you get misinformation, now you're quoting it to somebody else and then you're spilling bad information. But it's up to us that know certain things to clarify and help people out as far as clarification of things like that. Because like he said, and I was a victim of that my first year or two of smoking cigars. I thought full body, I equated body with strength. So it's up to us, James, Lee Mag, a lot of these content creators, Brandon, with Down to the Nub, Tim. It's up to us to help pass on good information. That way we're building a more informed, educated smoking society. So it's I like how you put that in. I already know that you explained to them about that too, but Lee makes, I heard yesterday, shortages are on the way. No one here should complain in the future because you are out of your favorite cigar. We are telling you now to stock up. And that's exactly. If you like a cigar, buy it, man.
So one of the Dunbarton, right, Steve Saka, if you follow him on social media this week, you saw that he is officially not accepting any more retailers. He has admitted, and it's the right decision, in my opinion. I say that because obviously we are part of that group that is in his circle already, but he knows he can't increase production and keep quality. You can put the two and two together of how he knows that because he's lived it previously. But I mean, that's a tough thing. So if you're a Dunbarton fan, I'd say for the next 6 months, a year, I don't remember if he put a time frame on it, but he's probably not going to have any more shops added. So what he has now is the only places you're going to be able to get it from, and that's if they're in stock. And this is one of the best brands out there. I know, Ron's not as big a fan of them. I know he smokes them, but I mean, I love them. I think they do everything great. But he's one of the hottest boutique up and coming brands, and he's having to say, I can't accept any more customers to sell to.
Well, and that's what I got to respect about Steve too, because he realizes, and that's kind of the reality of it. If you don't have the backing like Altadis or General, when you're growing that big, your quality is going to suffer from it. It's just the reality of it. Where all right, we'll just take this brand. Not saying that it's happening for them, but look at HVC cigars. So right now they're producing around 250,000 cigars annually. Now, if the demand becomes so big where they're up to 750, 1 million cigars, now the person that was smoking HVC cigars for 2 or 3 years, like, man, I've grown accustomed to really good construction, burn, draw. All this is fantastic. Man, I picked the last 3 cigars I picked up. The construction's not as good as it was.
Right.
And these are little things that you have to ask yourself, like, oh, okay, well, he ramped up over 750,000 cigars. The demand is outpacing the supply. It's happening a lot in spirits too, with Scotch, bourbon. So now you're starting to see more of a no age statement becoming popular. They're taking the 100 barrels of 20-year-old Scotch that they have, and they're combining it with a really young 3 or 4-year-old Scotch to make a no age statement that's still a decent product, because the demand is outpacing the supply now. So same thing with the cigars, man. More and more people are smoking now. More and more people are not smoking the heritage stuff. We're having more and more boutique, small brand lovers, people, Sereno, Patina, HVC, JRE. There's a lot of brands where that's where people are gravitating towards, and they're just not able to keep up with the demand right now. So
Cindy, that Cloud Hopper is warped. That's the brand.
Fantastic cigar.
Absolutely. One of the best. I got some motorcycles in the backyard. I got
well, you got a dirt bike trail back there, man.
That's something, yeah. So Downs and upset it. They're not willing to sacrifice quality for quantity. And I'll go back to Steve Sacco. I love Steve. I think he's incredibly honest and blunt. He's my kind of person. You either love him or you hate him with that. But I appreciate it. And once again, he puts it all out there, the transparency. This week, the Sombresa Blue that just landed and is now going to retailers, I think he said he threw away 600 cigars, because what normally happens, and somebody else talked about it, nobody's at full production. The fields aren't at full, the factories, the warehouses, nobody's at full production yet. He can't get down there to quality control, quality check in the factory. So he has to trust his team. That's maybe not it probably is his best team, but it's not the full team. And we all know what that feels like in our own workplaces right now. All those cigars then got shipped to him. So here's a guy who's done things one way probably his entire life, because that's what he's built his name on, his success, and why he is who he is. He had to wait till those cigars got to the United States after they were rolled, wrapped, banded, and boxed and sealed to actually do a quality control check. And I don't.
You gotta respect that, him smoking that and saying, "No, I'm not putting that out."
Exactly. I know there might be some bad ones because of this, but I'm going to give him a pass, and I will support him even more because he's willing to put that out there for people to see, and like that goes a long way in my book. So
you know what else that tells me about him too? It's not all about money for him. Because how many people do we know that, it's not as good as it should be, but I can't throw away $600. That's X and X amount of dollars. Where he's like, yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a hit, but my name is more important than making money. So
yep. Oh, I'm glad Mystic is getting a little better with matches. It only took him two matches this time to get it lit.
So a trick Mystical, if you're indoors, man, when you strike the match, hold it down so the flame can start catching the rest of the wood. Yep. A lot of people just strike the match and just sit there without it burning all the way off.
Got to be like that.
Hold it down first and let the match catch and then start going.
Yeah. I mean, I sent you enough matches, Mystical, so hopefully,
I'll tell you somebody that has enough matches, LaTanya.
She never. I hope you're doing well with those matches, LaTanya. I do. Hopefully, you're stocked up for a while.
Brandon said too. He said that's what happened with Alec Bradley when they got Cigar of the Year. The demand outpaced the supply, and they tried to keep up.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, nope. I'm gonna stop. I'm a retailer. I have to be nice.
Cowboy, I had to hunt that warped Maestro del Tiempo down this week. Bought the last 4 I could find at a honey hole on the internet. Very good cigar. Actually, even for me, I can't find the Lonsdale version that was in the club box. I can find the short Robusto version. I'll talk to you, Cowboy. I think I know a spot. I'll talk to you. Let's see. Sokka is my spirit animal, man. Love all he does. He never had a bad one.
She's not happy with us right now.
LaTanya, you know it's all out of love.
No, hey, LaTanya, that's on me, man. That was I'm the one that forgot the matches in your order. I was really just hoping not to get a nasty gram saying I didn't need 30 of them, or maybe not 30, but
hey, I'm the next order I get, I'm gonna have to get some too. I think I'm down to my last box.
yeah, I use them more than I care to admit. I know you love them. They're good. I get it, but I just don't prefer to use them.
I mean, if I'm in my car or at a lounge or anything, most of the time I'm just using a regular Jeep lighter. This is what I use most of the time. Sweetie said, my problem with matches are everywhere I go, they just have the small ones, not the long ones that you have, Ron. Yeah, it's a forgotten art, which I'm happy to see that people are starting to pick up matches a little bit more, man. Because people will think like, oh, my torch isn't working, I can't light my cigar. You can light your cigar other ways, man. You know.
Heck, I had one dude. I gave him cedar off of my cigar. Like I lifted the cedar from my cigar on a puff.
Yep.
Gave it to him that way because he didn't have anything, and I didn't want my lighter.
Lisa, I love Sokka, even though I don't love most of his cigars. He's a good dude. You could definitely tell he's a good dude. I'm kind of right there with you, Lee. He has about 2 or 3 that I really love, and then the other ones for me are just I like the Umbagog, Todos Los Dias, and Thick Lonsdale. I like the Sin Compromiso number 5. Brulee is a pretty good cigar. Nothing I would probably commit to a whole box of. Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Maybe you would.
Yeah, I would. If I caught the right price, I'd do a Brulee. But yeah, there's a lot of cigars too. I still got to review a couple other cigars from him. I got a lot of flack for that probably a few months ago. People were like, man, where are the Steve Sokka cigars? I'm like, I told you guys I review cigars that I smoke all the time. It's not that I don't like them, I just don't grab them all the time. I would agree with that, Leon. The light is as important as the cut. And I tell you guys all the time too, you know, you use matches or a cheap Bic lighter or the Jeep lighter, whatever. I tell people all the time, get you a good cutter. If you're gonna spend money on something, even if you're smoking budget cigars or cheaper cigars, get you a decent cutter, man.
Yeah.
Give shortage of cigars you personally buying to stock up.
Oh.
If you see La Kareem's, buy them.
Yep.
Charter Oak Maduro's, buy them.
Yep.
If you see Tennessee Waltz out there, definitely buy it. If you see a Tennessee Waltz out there and you don't want it, let me know out and I'll get the box.
Yeah, so Brian, I struggle with that because I don't buy boxes, but and in my nature, it's just to grab whatever's in stock. So I'm probably the easiest consumer in the world. As long as it's not infused, I can smoke it, and I want to give it a thought, or I want to give it a chance and think about it. So I don't really grab too much if I know it's going out of stock. Some of that is though I'm also on this side, and I don't want to take away from customers.
Right. Thankfully, I'm not in that position. I'm still a customer, so.
Yeah.
Brandon had a good question too, James. He said, Brulee, sweet tipped or not?
I think so.
I think so. I don't think anything's bad with it because the sweetness, if it has a sweet tip, it's not off-putting like some cigars are. Like I could smoke that and it's not off-putting to me. I know we had the stream with him on Cigar Prop and he said he swears they're not. I don't think he has a reason to lie, but this is just my opinion again. I think and he said it could be because they were rolled on tables that had cigars that were. So it'll be this experiment is going to be real interesting. That comes out next month, doesn't it?
It's shipping this month. We should have it in 10 days.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. We're going to do a live stream with that too, right?
Yep. To shut the fuck. Or sorry, Steve's taste for your
Mystical's here. Don't.
Sorry, Mystical. The STFU. You can do the acronym, figure it out. He calls it Steve's. Taste for yourself. Mm-hmm. Like I said, he's a smart man. He knows what he's doing.
Brandon, what do you think it's? Do you think it's sweetened or not? Or just asked about those samplers too.
Yeah, they're coming in, Lee Mac. Maybe I'll drive one down to you personally and apologize to Randall in person then too.
Mystical thinks they don't taste sweet to him.
I get it. I mean, this is it. Like Brandon said, it's the great cigar
that's the question of the year. Like, is the brulee sweet tipped or not?
And it's funny because like I've had enough. My opinion is based off probably 50 to 70 cigars of them. It's not a small sample size. And I like Steve. Like I said, I think he's honest, transparent. I find it hard to believe that he says they're rolled on the table where sweet cigars were rolled because I know his quality control methods. Mm-hmm. So it's like, come on, man. Like, you can't give me poop and tell me it's pudding.
And even if my opinion is there are so many people that got so much love for Steve that even if it was a sweetened tip cap, I don't think it would affect the sales of that cigar.
It wouldn't stop me from buying them.
I would still smoke them because, like I said, it's not off-putting to me where it's like, oh, wait a minute. So
yeah, we're in the minority. Yeah, I mean, Cindy doesn't think so.
Ventez said, and I've heard a couple people say they didn't get sweetness from it, but it's like, dude, and I'm not trying to sound like no pompous a-hole. I'm thinking about you, Mystical. But I smoke a lot of cigars, and you do too, man. It's like, it's something's different about that cigar. There is something different. Brandon thinks it's sweetened. The brulee is definitely sweet tip, but not offensive. I'm not a fan of the cigar itself, but it's definitely a sweet. He thinks it's sweet. Yeah. I do too, man. Like, I smoke enough cigars. I'm like, man, it's got something. There's something there. As soon as I put my mouth on it for the cold draw, I was like, you could just tell, man. Like, it's something there.
There's absolutely something there. So if you're, I'll go back. If you're a fan of the Deadwood line from Drew Estate, so you know what, Mystical. I guess I did this inadvertently for you. Like, I will never spell out the B word on my website or my marketing. I will not. I refuse to type that. So it's always Yummy B *S, right? Those are all back ordered for us. And
man, Yummy B just sounds so sexual, man.
I still feel better than saying the full word though. And I mean, I don't consider myself a prude too much. But you know, that sampler for us is gone. We tried to get more, we couldn't. And I know I saw it on another group that people who ordered through Deadwood in the last 2 weeks are having some, you know, back order issues as well. So that's a cigar that's back ordered right now. So if you like those, get them while they're gone, or get them before they're gone. So yes.
Unstolen Valor is good now. I think it will be amazing in a few months. I have one of those that I'll be reviewing, so be on the lookout for that.
Lee Mac, I'm excited for this. I really am. Like, we ordered a lot of those Saka Taste for Yourselves. I think we have 50 or 60 of them. We've got a good group. Like, we're going to have multiple events. Like, we have a lounge event. I've got another group I'm part of. We're doing an event. We're going to do one with Ron. Because to me, this is like what I live for. Because it's like live feedback. Everybody's doing it. There's no BS. You can see their faces. You know what I mean? Oh, God, Lee Mac.
Brandon said one of my funniest moments was sitting with Jack Tarano and watching him call out Steve Saka on the brulee sweet tip. It was I bet that was a good back and forth because Jack has been around for years and years. He's very knowledgeable too, man. Hey man, I'm finna leave y'all, man. I gotta give me a little time. I got another
I don't like Lee Mac, you just may have shut the video down, bud. I'm gonna
No, but seriously, man, I got another live stream I'll be on Instagram with the lady and her cigar at 3:00 Eastern, 2:00 Central, man. So y'all be sure to check out her. If y'all are not following her, we'll be on there for probably an hour or so, kind of smoking and chatting it up, getting to talk and catch up with each other. So it should be a good time. But man, yeah, this is first live I've done probably in a week or so, man, maybe.
Yeah, and you got stuck with my ugly butt.
Hey man, it could be worse.
I know.
I could be stuck with somebody I don't like.
I couldn't have pants on. I could not have pants on. Like, I can't even talk right.
I don't need James. Hey, you already got a 20-inch cigar over there, so.
And I'm just trying to get Lee Mac's mental image out of my head. So, you know, I'm trying to leave you guys with something else.
Lee Mac, shut this down. Nah, man, but we appreciate you guys. Congrats again to Mike Ortiz and Malcolm Scales. So make sure you guys reach out to Official Black Lines or me on Instagram. Appreciate you guys for all the support you have been doing or been giving us, all the club members, people that are thinking about it, considering it. It's there for the consideration. We got a lot of big stuff planned and just happy to have you guys be a part of it. Thankful to all the content creators and fellow reviewers that are in the chat as well too, man. I appreciate all the support from you guys. So, and on that note, man, y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. Don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We're gonna catch y'all in this next one. Peace.
Thank you all. Congratulations. And I know Ron's trying to get off, but I'll keep him for another 30 seconds.
Oh, you good?
Folks, if you know those companies like Cigar Aficionado, Half Wheel, make sure they know what we're doing over here at the club and Ron's influence, because it is different. It's new. It's crazy. I love it. Please, be the ultimate champion and cheerleader for Ron and our journey together, because where else, like I said in the press release, where else can you get access? You guys literally can tell Ron what you're smoking, what you think's going good, and what should be in the box. And we take that stuff serious. First 2 boxes have definitely been influenced by you guys. So stay tuned, but thank you all for your work and your support and your help. And then also remember, Ron vetoed this.
Definitely vetoed. Old School Funk, shout out to you, player. I didn't see you earlier. So if you're on Instagram, her Instagram name is A Lady and her cigar. If you're following me on Instagram, once we go live together, it'll show you up in the top that I'm live with somebody else. So y'all check it out. It's going to be at 3:00 Eastern, 2:00 Central Standard Time.
Yep.
So
and then if
y'all later.
If you are a Black Lion, if you are a Black Lion Club member, don't forget we have the 8 p.m. Zoom tonight with Jocelyn Crawl owner. That is member invite only. So you have to be a club member to be there. Hopefully we'll have a even bigger turnout than last time. Thanks all.
Y'all be good.